So, Vicky, I'm so happy to have you here because the first 5 minutes then we talk, you changed my life. And I know that my beautiful new dragon warrior is going to change your life and are watching this. So let's start by the beginning. Who are you? And what do you do?
Hi, I'm Vicky Vortex. I'm a health and vitality coach. And I teach a method called the Vortex Vitality Method that I came up with during the lockdown because I used it to heal myself of arthritis in my back and neck. And this anti-inflammatory lifestyle doesn't apply just to pain, but also for any health condition that is caused by inflammation, which is usually the root cause of all diseases.
Okay. I'm very raw on this. I'm very honest.
Mm-hmm.
So I have been on the last couple of weeks, it's 5 weeks now. The reason why we are here is because I had a motor accident. And I moved from where I was to Merida, so I'm still in Mexico.
Yeah.
And I found something super interesting. I still need to work in some things, but I found super interesting then I don't want to eat. I went from, I'm healing myself. I'm going through loads of emotions. At the same time, I'm doing something that is this summit to like put this smile on my face. I feel so pumped and excited to do this. Beyond my even like logical expectation, like I have no clue why, but I know I'm doing what needs to be done. I'm guided. But I'm not hungry. And I do not understand anything about inflammation. And more, we talk about abundance and manifesting, but our avatar, whatever you want to call it, our body is fundamental on that journey. But yes. I'm not taking care of my body. I'm going to offer myself a kettlebell. I don't have a gym on this condo. I'm going to offer myself a kettlebell today as a gift because I sold more in the last 4 days than in the last 3 months of my life. That is another story. But tell me about, one, what do you think I'm not hungry? Two, tell more about inflammation. Let's start there.
Okay, so inflammation is your body's defense mechanism. So it happens if you have an injury, then you would have inflammation around the wound. Yeah, I got hit by a car 5 weeks ago too, and I saw a doctor.
5 weeks ago too?
Yeah. Yes, I saw a doctor just today, and he said I have inflammation around my knee and that I'm losing muscle around it too. So I need physio and I need the inflammation to calm down. So inflammation is your body's response to injury and also to allergies. So it is like a defense mechanism for foreign bodies, or it is a way to heal yourself. So you can get inflammation also by stress as well. So it is a sign of imbalance, actually. When people get inflammation, is because they're usually eating the wrong oil, like omega-6, for example, deep fried food in omega-6 oil, which is the processed oil, like seed oil, nut oil, and corn oil, soy oil.
Oh my God, cannot eat anything. If you are in the United States, give up. No, I'm joking. Come on, bring on.
Junk food is usually made of that, and anything that's like soy and corn, GMO stuff would cause inflammation. And then it would also then lead to obesity, for example. There are so many conditions.
That is what I was going to. as soon I moved, so I was very, very stressed, and I'm a very I connect with the energy. How do you call that? I'm empath. So how do you call that? I'm a coach and I work on that. I'm an empath. I literally drink the energy around me, not just my energy, not just the energy the people that I have in my life, but the energy of my surroundings.
Yeah.
And I have been the last 2 years under a lot of emotional stress, conflicts, being away for people that I love, feeling then listen to then the people that you more love, they don't love you, you know, all of this kind of conflicts. And I am now a little bit better because when I was in Madrid, I was eating a lot, but I have extra, I don't know in pounds, I always get it wrong, but I have extra 8 kilos.
Right.
And as soon as I moved out of Tulum and I arrived here, point one, I did not want to eat. I still drink wine. So I'm basically in a wine diet. That is not okay, I know, but that is something like, please let's be careful with me. We will talk about wine and alcohol in a second. But I start pouring. So everything that was stuck in my body, and I don't want to go in details, was coming out of my body.
Like sweating.
Sweating, going to the toilet as crazy, you name it.
Yeah. So you're detoxing other than the alcohol, but you are
the alcohol.
But also it's emotional detoxing as well. So when people are frustrated, when people are stressed out, they're generally puffed up. And that is a sign of inflammation. And it's got to do with the fact that it's affecting your gut microbiome as well. And when people go through frustration and stress, people definitely tend to gain weight because of cortisol, especially in the belly. That is a reflection of high cortisol, and you can get rid of it by exercising, especially in the morning. So that's one. And I can tell you the reason why you stopped eating, that you're not hungry after having like a brain injury, is because your body is telling you to fast. And fasting is an anti-inflammatory thing. It detoxes you, and it also helps you to grow human growth hormones and stem cells. And this is how your body repairs itself. Because when we're fasting, we actually grow neurons, because like from our hunter and collectors ancestors,
we did not eat every single day, details,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, and when they go through starvation, is a sign that they can't hunt. So we have evolved to actually grow brain cells to become more intelligent when we're fasting, because we need to be smarter in order to be able to hunt.
That is so interesting. I am a person. So I'm getting down. I knew this summit was for everyone else, but for me as well. I am a person who cannot eat on the beginning of the day. I don't eat.
Yeah.
Don't eat. Cannot eat. Don't want to eat. But I'm very connected with the alcohol, because when you have anxiety, it's very easy. I never did drunk, so my story with alcohol is very interesting, and I'm putting out there because I think it will serve someone. So I'm a weird person. I never drank alcohol until I'm 42, almost 43, until I was 40. So even though when I was a DJ, I was drinking a shot to take that anxiety to go to stage, but I think if I was drunk one time in my life was too much. I did other things. I'm not an angel. I did try drugs and other things, but I did not drink alcohol. When I arrived to Mexico, I had kind of that vibe of wow, party mode. Mezcal, tequila, let's go. And understand, and I have a liver who can handle. And then extra, I'm a badass to drink alcohol because everyone give up and I keep going. And that's a very dumb conversation for here. But in a certain way, I create a relationship with drinking wine has kind of a friendship. It sounds really weird what I'm saying. Kind of like the fact that you are bored, you walk to the supermarket because you have nothing to do, and you buy and you drink your wine. It's not working for me anymore. It's not working for me. That being said, and I love to be raw because I believe this is going to serve someone. What I want to say to you is, and long story. Point one, I'm so blessed that you are here because it's so beautiful to be able to talk about maybe you are not happy, or maybe you are not succeeding, or maybe you are not enjoying life because of the lack of connection with your own body, and what can you do to serve your own body. The first time I fast, I had a very traumatic moment in my life many years ago where everything around my life was out of control. I could not control anything. So I fast. I fast with juices. So I kind of drink juices. And I don't know, in the day 4, I had I was experiencing magic. And I was like, wow, what is this? So then I became a lot about intermittent fasting. You will talk about all of that in a second because I know you. But then what happens is society, in special certain societies, and I'll give you a good example. I love high spots and Wim Hof kind of things. I love to go in a we had this ice place in Amsterdam where you go inside for less 111 degrees. I don't know how much is that. Like you're freezing there outside, but it's like a boost of energy. But in certain cultures, as the Latin one, cold is a big no-no. No, you cannot be cold. A second big no-no is food is love.
Right, yeah.
And if you are not eating, I'm lucky that I'm alone at these moments because my partner show his love language is feeding me. Makes sense where I'm going?
Yeah. And then it'd be rude not to.
Yes. And now I am not eating and I have enough knowledge to know that I'm not going to die. Makes sense?
Yeah.
My body is asking water. And each time it goes away, is asking for hydration, and I'm in a very cold place. This is a long thing that I'm putting here, but I deeply believe that if you don't sleep well, and if you have inflammation in your body, and I start learning about inflammation with you, your energy flow is not there.
No, because you're busy fighting. Like basically, when you're inflamed, your body is fighting against something, and so it consumes a lot of energy just to heal. Just to go against something. It's a sign that it's not in equilibrium.
People need to love themselves. People need to love. That is an interesting point. Majority of women, and me included, I always did love my body. I give birth to 5 kids, and I always did love my body. I'm not proud of my body right now because I'm not in shape. Bullshit. I'm not as I wish to be. But I'm not doing anything for that. That is the reason why I'm buying the kettlebell today. How do you, what is the moment? So let's talk to these women who maybe don't love their body, but let's bring to their attention then
Yeah.
loving your body is one thing. Loving your life is another one. And if you want to be there for, because women always want to be there for their loved ones. That is the thing. If you want to be there for the loved ones, fight your inflammation.
Yeah. So basically, I define self-love as self-care. And if so, people ask me, how do I love myself? How do I love myself? I would just,
That was my question yesterday. How
yeah.
do I love myself? Yeah.
So start with taking care of your body. And when your body is taken care of, then you can take care of other things. But there is definitely a Maslow hierarchy there. It is health first. I'm also working as a carer at the moment, and I take care of people who can't take care of themselves. And when you have no health, it doesn't matter how much money you have in the account, you cannot enjoy it. It's not accessible to you. When there is no quality of life, there is nothing. So you really have to take care of your body first before anything else.
Okay.
Because everything else is meaningless, like look at them. There is this guy that I take care of, and he doesn't even know that he has that much money in an account, but to him it's irrelevant. And then when he dies, the money is just going to go to the government because he doesn't even know, and he cannot enjoy it because he doesn't have a capacity to. It's really sad to watch. So when you see all these people, like, you wouldn't take health for granted anymore.
Vicky, you are a superhero for me.
Oh,
You are. You are. And I know your story. We don't need to go in details. And I know what you are doing. And sometimes it's really difficult to love ourselves when life is fucked up. Sorry for swearing. Yeah. It's my summit, I can swear. But let's bring a little bit more of your magic. How can someone start? What can you tell them? What do you have for them? How we are going to uplift this tribe that is watching us?
Okay, so I think a daily ritual is the most important thing.
Like you say in Spanish. Yes, I'm with you.
And detox should be a daily thing, should be a daily effort before we retox. So how we start the day, I think, is the most important thing.
I have a little feeling I don't want to listen to this. Okay, come on, bring on. Bring on, bring on.
So my practice, an anti-inflammatory lifestyle comes with 4 things. So the first thing is having a positive mindset. And how you have a positive mindset is how you start the day. So the moment when you wake up, when I wake up, I listen to the Abraham Hicks meditation, which is just basically breathing, deep breathing for 20 minutes. And that's when I'm still kind of half asleep, half awake. And then I would do a little bit of automatic writing after a short prayer. And then I would do the Tony Robbins priming meditation.
This poor book, and I call it poor book, because I throw all the poison that is inside of me for him have. Yeah. And sometimes I write him and I say, I'm so sorry. But yes, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. So the priming exercise is about gratitude. And then, setting your goals and visualizing your goals and just waking up with an attitude of gratitude. That would set you in the right mode, start the day. You can listen to affirmations if you want to, but then once you wake up, I make myself a drink that is highly anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and I call it no, not yet.
Oh, I was going to say, because you make me love celery, because I used to have a bad relationship with. Come on, bring on.
Yeah. So before the celery juice, every day I would have lemon juice with ginger and turmeric tea at room
Mhm.
temperature.
I'm
So
a ginger girl. So yeah, we are
yeah,
together on that.
so it's
Yeah.
highly anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and you need black pepper to activate the turmeric. And then there is sage, rosemary, oregano, and thyme, the 4 herbs that work synergistically together in that tea as well, and a tiny little bit of honey and cayenne pepper. And so
Jesus.
I drink this drink religiously every single day because
But
cayenne pepper.
what size of drink? Like my glass of this is coffee, to be
I
honest.
would have a liter of I would drink out of like a honey jar, basically a massive honey jar, which is a liter of so it flushes your liver, it detoxes your liver.
Activates your energy as well.
Yeah, exactly. And it kill the herbs kill pathogens as well in your body, which live in your liver. So when you drink that drink, you're flushing your liver and you are hydrating yourself for the whole day as well, and a little bit of Celtic salt, Himalayan salt, to make sure that you have all the electrolytes. So that's how I start the day. And then you can move on to your celery juice if you want half an hour later, or you can then jump on the trampoline for 20 minutes. You can do HIIT on it because it doesn't have any impact on your joints. So you can run on it for like 30 seconds, and then you can do your sit-ups and push-ups and squats, and you can do that the whole cycle for 20 minutes. So that is what I usually do. And it's a really good way of getting rid of stress as well. So you have positive mindset, you have detox, exercise. You can also do yoga and Pilates. And then the 4th thing is nutrition. So make sure that you have enough omega-3 to counter the omega-6 that is so rich in the Western diet. And that's what causes inflammation and chronic diseases.
I'm listening to you, and I want the full recipe, and probably everyone here wants the full recipe. I found super interesting. I found then I'm listening to you. I'm not so careful with what I eat, and to be honest, I'm terrible with drinking water. But the mindset is a big thing for me. I don't watch news. I don't
You don't
watch news
right
at all.
Mm-hmm.
I start my day with audio, with what I'm grateful for. How was my day? Like it was ended. Many people I connect, many times I ring the bell, blah, 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 and a vision of the future. And I send to a friend. And I have this app who have books then I listen to. I like to walk. I love to walk. Running is not yet my thing, but I love to walk. And I really, when you don't have a gym, I really think that more than the quantity is the consistency.
Yeah.
And Katie Bell is it's a tool that works for me. I know that jumping is amazing, dancing is amazing, and we have a dragon then teach twerk as an abundant skill. So probably we can drop that playlist somewhere. But I'm holding what you are saying, because what I go with all this BS is, if you think in each man who has a car, let's talk men because women are a little bit different. No, they clean up the car, they put gasoline, they be sure they have different oil, and everything is working. Why do we take our body for granted?
Yeah, exactly.
I almost died 5 weeks ago. I saw my body on the floor and I was
Oh,
gone.
wow.
Yeah. So it's
Wow.
time to take care of this beautiful thing.
Yeah, seriously, the brain. Most people that I look after, they have something happening to their brain. and that's why they end up where they are in a vegetative state. Somebody was gardening, and then all of a sudden she fell, hit her head, and that's it. You know, she's just now just lying on the bed and can't move and just watching TV the whole time. It can happen to anyone, anytime. And that when I see the consequences of brain injuries, of, you know, like even Alzheimer's, and it doesn't matter what, like sometimes you could be innocent, like sometimes it's alcohol induced, but sometimes it just happens to people. And there are so many ways that we can look after our brain while we can, and we cannot take it for granted.
I have a question for you because I know this rings a bell for me and you. Depression and anxiety.
Yeah.
Can we help?
Yes. So I'm a breath coach also. And I learned that with deep breathing, box breathing, for example, in deep breathing, we can actually manually control our vagus nerve. And if we can stimulate our vagus nerve in the right way, we can immediately switch gear from flight or fright mode to rest and digest mode just by breathing. It's really interesting, actually. So we do have control over it. So that's one thing. And another thing is that omega-3 would really help the brain function. And nutrition has got a lot to do with depression. So if your diet is full of sugar, if your diet is full of things that would cause inflammation, like junk food, omega-6, and GMO food, then we would be more prone to depression, because depression is a form of brain inflammation. So, and there are things that we can do. I have been through depression as well. And I know another thing that you can do is to focus on other people instead of yourself. So instead of feeling sorry for yourself all the time, focus on someone else who's a lot less fortunate than you, and then you realize how abundant your life is.
I have a secret. Sometimes, so I host this community of dragons, they're your part. And you know what kind of coach I am. I don't like the word coach because I think it's like I don't like the word mom of dragons, but you know what I mean. I'm like the person being taking care. And many times I drop on the WhatsApp group, then I love you. And I don't have problems in saying how much I love someone and how grateful I am for that person to be in our life. So adding to what you were saying, if you are feeling shitty, tell 2 or 3 people, send them a voice memo, and tell how much you love them and why.
Yeah. And also, you know, people might turn to alcohol or marijuana to make them feel better, but they are depressants. So we have to be very careful, because like you think it would help you, but it would actually make your condition a lot worse.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I am 100% with you. It's alcohol is a very interesting thing. It's a very interesting ride because in special when you feel lonely, it kind of like a warm blanket then you put on top of you. In my case, whatever I did, drugs or alcohol, was never for the feeling better or feeling more empowered, was always for this feeling of connection when it was with someone, or the feeling of not being alone. So very interesting. It's very important when we are talking about this, because I think there is a lot of stigma around alcohol, but at the same time, it makes you not the best version than you, in special when you drink it every day and etc.
Yeah,
So
it's so socially accepted, and I really think that it is the worst drug ever. It is highly dangerous. Is more dangerous than anything else. And because it's so socially acceptable and it's so everywhere, people think it's okay.
it's
But
so interesting. Then you can, like, people judge, and I don't smoke weed. And at this time of my life, I don't do any type of drugs, sometimes magical mushrooms. And the last time I had a very interesting trip, not the most beautiful one. So I think I'm out for a few years, but weed, I don't smoke because for some weird reason, it doesn't have any effect on me, just make me eat terribly. So it's not
yeah,
exactly what you want. But it's interesting when people can just relax and become cool and happy under the influence of something, whatever is alcohol.
yeah,
And the fact that we can buy alcohol in any place.
yeah. There is no such thing as a healthy
That
dose of.
doesn't mean that you can never do it. It just means that if you lie to other people or if you are not sharing, be honest with yourself. And I'm being very honest with me. I feel then the wine have been my friend on the last couple of days, and maybe need a little break. So very interesting. Now we talk a lot. People watching this, they must be having like a lot of thoughts. What can you do? What you people are looking for, and what can you do for them?
Okay, so if you want to have a healthier lifestyle and you don't know where to begin, if you somehow want to improve your health or have a more natural kind of lifestyle, if you want to detox, if you want to go on a long fast and you want to be supported, then contact me on vickyvortex.com. And if you want all the recipes, I've got them, I've written them in my blog. It's called Vitality Mthod, and it's also on my blog on my website as well, that you can find that.
You need a blender for that, right? I'm just thinking, and then I'm kind of camping on Airbnb, so.
Okay, so for the heavy metal detox smoothies for the brain, you would need a blender. For the celery juice, you would need a proper celery juice juicer. So the simplest thing, the simplest thing that I can recommend to you is the lemon potion in the morning. That is the easiest to make. That's why
I
I
will
talk.
start there.
Yeah.
I have a very interesting story with ginger. When I was pregnant of my last daughter, was a very hard pregnancy. And for 16 weeks, I was sick. And when I mean sick, I vomit 27 times a day. And I don't know if someone knows this, but it's very interesting. If you drink too much and you vomit, talking about, it's not the best word, it goes away, that feeling goes away. But in the same way that in seasickness, pregnancy sickness, whatever you do doesn't go away.
Have you tried ginger?
And I was going there. I did. People are keeping telling me that I did need to eat ginger or do something with ginger. And I was so, it was so bad. It's so bad. Then I had moments and then I lay down on bed and I even did not want to go to the bathroom because I knew that one movement was going to make me sick.
Oh, wow.
It was, and finally, her father bought me a jar of ginger with sugar, like ginger and
candied ginger, right?
Yeah.
Sweet.
And it was, if you never had the experience with ginger, it was like a nightmare, but it helped.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
wait a second.
Yeah.
And I start, and I don't do, sometimes you lose yourself. I always start in the morning with tea of ginger tea.
Yeah.
I cut some and ginger tea, and when you go to that kind of green juices shops and you have that ginger shots,
Yeah.
you are. I one time I bet with my kids, they are adults already. Then I was going to pay them, I don't know, like $100 if they could drink that in a snack, because it's something about, and I'm just talking about the ginger. It's something about the ginger getting inside of your body, then you literally feel then it's like cleaning up everything. So I'm with you, Vicky. You're going to send me the link,
Yeah.
and I am going to do that.
Yeah.
I want to tell you then, when we decide to do this together, I was really happy, because when I was thinking about this summit, obviously then everyone wants to talk about money and abundance and blah, 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 blah. But I did want you to talk about taking care of us. Not energetic, that
Yeah.
is something else. Taking care of
Yeah.
the machine.
Yeah, that's number one. Because if you get burnt out because you work so hard, you neglect your body, it doesn't matter how much money you earn. If you have a breakdown, you have a breakdown. And then it doesn't mean, nothing means anything without health. Mental health, physical health.
I'm with you. Okay. I want you to look to the camera and send a message to that person that is watching this crazy conversation, and tell them to connect with you.
Regardless what you're going through, whether it's physical pain or psychological pain, or if you just want to lead a better life, then contact me on vickyvortex.com.
I want to add something else. The first time I fast, I fast because I did need to control something in my life. And I was blown away with what did happen. Because it's very interesting when you start crushing beliefs then you have about, oh my God, I'm going to die if I don't eat. Oh my God, I need to drink a liter of cow milk. I used to drink cow milk every single day. Now the story, let's not go there. Oh my God, how can I drink coffee without sugar?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
and,
so basically,
and you start, what is amazing, and I just want to add that is, I know, look at me, you who are ready to work with Vicky. I know you believe you will not be able to fast in your life, but extra what you are going to feel on your body, you are deeply activating a full superpower, and start asking yourself how many things you do in your life that you don't need to do, and get ready to live the life of your dreams. So Vicky is your girl.
So what happens when you're fasting is that you notice your habits, you notice your food addiction, your food dependency, you notice your relationship with food. And by fasting, you can actually turn it around, you can change it, because you're aware of how your brain operates, and you would cut that addiction. So I ran a retreat as well, with a friend who'd never done fasting before. She did 72 hours without any problem. I supported her with bulletproof coffee, with green teas and bone broth.
That is an important detail, and for sure you have something on your website about that. Another thing that you talked in the other day, and I'm a big fan, and after this call, I'm going directly to the supermarket. Is that thing then you do, and I used to do, with coconut on the morning? Can you talk about that?
Coconut oil? Oh, coconut oil, swishing coconut oil in your mouth for 20 minutes, and then you spit it out into the toilet, not the sink, because you clog up the sink otherwise. And okay, so that pulls out toxins and bacteria and viruses from inside of your mouth. And then when you spit it out, it's supposed to be very good for your gum as well, because it's antiseptic. So if you have any gum diseases, or if you just want to pull toxins out, then oil pulling is something to do for 15-20 minutes in the morning.
Yeah, it looks, again, it looks like, oh, I'm going to have coconut oil in my mouth for 15. Just try it. Because I really stopped doing these kind of things. And I don't know what is, but you can feel it. It's like tapping. Don't know what it is, but you can feel it. Like you cannot go fast like this. I'm going fast and I just don't eat or not drink anything. You need support. You need.
Oh yeah, you need to go into the fast properly by loading up on protein. Protein is very important, especially as you get older. We need to sustain our muscles with enough protein first, because if we waste our muscles away, we also lose our longevity and our vitality. So muscles are everything, like when it comes to health. So load up on protein, load up on probiotics before you fast. So feast before you fast, and then when you get out of a fast, you also have to do it carefully.
Do you know what we should do? We should run how long? So 72 hours.
So, okay, so there are different lengths. Minimum should be 17 hours, because 17 hours is when autophagy happens. So that's when your cancer cells and your dead cells kill themselves.
I used to have an app who helped me with that. You see, another thing that I don't have anymore. Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, well, you don't really need that. Okay, so minimum 17 hours for you to have stem cells and rejuvenation. 24 hours is good. 36 hours would be good for like weight loss. And 48 hours is for your dopamine. So if you were depressed, 48 hours would be the fast to do to lift your mood up again, to release all these dopamine hormones to make you feel better. And 72 hours is the peak of autophagy. So from 17 hours to 72 hours is the peak of autophagy. And that's when you renew your whole immune system. So
I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you. Let's do a challenge. I will talk with you. I will talk with you in private. And if you are watching this and you want to jump in a crazy challenge with Vicky, and I will be there as well, like guinea pig, I'm with you. I'm with you because I never had the expertise and I always did it alone with no clue what I was doing. And I know.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun. Yeah, it's a lot more fun to do it together. It's more motivating and it becomes a lot easier. And if you really, really can't stand it, if you're about to faint, you can always have a little bit of avocado or a tablespoonful of peanut butter. So you're not going to die.
Yeah, but that is the thing. You are not going to die. You are not going to die. Okay, I'm really excited with the idea of the challenge. I'm really, 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 really excited with that.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay, let's say bye to these beautiful people. I'll say bye to you properly in a second. Another message, a quote. Say bye to them.
Put yourself first. Put your body first, because it's not being selfish. It's not being vain. But it's like putting the oxygen mask on yourself before you can help others. Your cup has to overflow before you can share anything with others. You can't be depleted and run around serving other people. So you are number one. Don't forget that.
You know what is the only sad thing on this story?
What?
I wish I could hug you.
Oh.
Okay, thank you so much. Get ready because we are going to run a challenge, and come to Vicky. Go to Vicky. go to Vicky. Stop bullshitting. If you really want more from your life, if you really dare to say you want more abundance, take care of your body.
Yeah, it's a quality of life.
Take care of your body. What you are going to do with $2 million on the cash on the bank if you
can't enjoy.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
do it. I love you all. I see you soon. Bye.
Thank you. Take